This video has been supported by my Patreons. With the support I get from them, I can give you guys regular content and updates. It also helps me improve my channel and go to overseas conventions more often. So what are you waiting for? Go check me out on Patreon, and from just $1 a month, you can support me and the channel, get personal fursuit making help, and get some great rewards. Hope to see you there. Enjoy the video. Alright, hello everybody and welcome to a computer tutorial. Ooh, well, it's going to be partially on the computer, but it's also going to be partially in real life. Today we are going to be talking about 3D printed fursuit eyes. Yeah, exciting. Since this is how I do mine, I figured I would show you guys how I go about it. So I'm using a program called Fusion 360. There's a big, you can get a year free trial if you're using it for personal use, so I really recommend it. And it's really good for 3D printing. So we're going to open up our window here. So this is what the workspace looks like. I'm going to start by inserting this file here. As you can see, I've drawn out a basic eye shape that I want to be messing around with, and I've just taken a picture of it with my phone and I've popped it onto my computer. So that's what we're going to be using today. So we're going to start by inserting. Insert from my computer. We're going to go use our photo. And we're going to put it on the flat axis. So, whatever axis you want. Yeah, sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to sketch things. So, this is what we're basically going to outline our eye with. So we're going to go create sketch, and we want it to be on the flat face again. There we go. I'm just going to rotate it so that my eye is actually, yeah, there we go. Alright. So, I use the conic curve tool for most of my sketching. So I find a place where it's kind of usually flat, and I'll go to say about there-ish, and then you can kind of see where you want to go. If you don't want to put it there, you can just Control Z. So what we're going to do is we're going to work our way around this eye. You can adjust it as much as you like. Yeah, sure, whatever. So that's going to start our sketch. You can move the little points. I'm sure there are much better ways to do this. Just a disclaimer. I'm 100% certain that there are way, way, way better ways to do this. Let me check that. It was fine. But this is how I have learnt with zero knowledge of how to 3D model things. Alright, so as you can see, we've got our basic outline. You can see it, yeah, that's kind of close enough. So now we're going to do the inside of the eye. I use the center diameter circle. So I'm going to move this slightly to the left of center because I want to mess around with how that looks. So let's go about there. Alright, now we've got our sketch. We're going to do the same thing again, essentially. So we're going to see our points, and we're just going to make them. We can move this around later. I'm going to zoom in so I can see. Gonna go a bit over that one, and we're just going to start building a wall. More conic curve, one more there. Okay, now you'll notice we have, so I can finish sketch now. Alright, so this is what our eye is going to look like. So now we actually need to start modeling it. So we've got our basic sketch bit, and now we're going to make it 3D. So we're going to start with the extrude function. We're going to click on this bit. I don't know actually how wide this is, so I'm just going to guess and go 0.2 and see how. So yeah, that's probably about how thick I want the base to be. Depending on how big or little you draw yours, it might look different. Now you'll notice our sketch is gone. I'm just going to come back in here and re-enable that. And now we're going to do this. So we want to click on this. I'm going to drag this up myself. So how deep you want your eyes is ultimately up to you. That looks a lot bigger than I expected it to. I'm going to fix that. Let's go 1.5. Alright, is that less offensive? Alright, that's perfect, I think. Just about. So, you know, I'm thinking, okay. Alright. This is looking alright, but a lot of people get up me because they don't like to see the seam here along the inside. So we can get rid of our sketches now. So goodbye sketch. We are left with solely a model. That was pretty easy, wasn't it? Alright. So I like to go section by section. Press pull, that's the one. So I select a couple just by right clicking and I can drag this out. So I'm gonna make it, I probably won't make it all the way. So that's 0.5. We're going to go 0.75. Yeah! 0.75. And we're going to do the same along the edges. So I start picking that little bit of edge there. So we've got an eye. Woohoo! Very basic eye, but it's an eye. You can spend as much result time on that as you like. So I'm kind of happy with that. So I'm thinking, you know, I'm just gonna go, okay, that I want to print. I want to print that. I want to see what that looks like. All right, so we're gonna make this now that we have this our object. So we're just gonna go make. See 3D print. It might appear like that for you, so do be aware. It took me a bit. So we're gonna make this object. We're sending it to application flash print. I'm gonna go okay. Now flash print opens, or you can put whatever your 3D printing slicer software is. So as you can see, it kind of delivers it, and it's very tiny. My 3D printed bed is not very big, it's like 15 by 15 centimeters, so we're going to rotate this. So it's on the platform. Alright, now this is where we want to kind of start thinking about. This is where we kind of want to start thinking about how big we want our eyes. So my eyes, I tend to find 95 was a bit too big, but 90 is a bit too small. And we're going to scale on the y-axis, as we can see here, so I think I'm going to go with 93 mil. That has scaled up our eye. As you can see, it looks a lot nicer in the slicer software than it does elsewhere. So we have our object, and we want to print it. This is the size that we want it. We're like, yeah, that looks alright. So we're going to print. So I've opened up the advanced thing. Now for my printer, it doesn't have a heated bed, so I had to change a couple of settings to try and get it to work. I have my extruder set at 200 degrees Celsius because usually it printed about 220 for this machine, but I find it gave me a bit of artifacting, so it basically gave the print herpes. It was nasty, so I knocked it down and that seemed to have fixed it. So yes, I have it set at 200 degrees. It's a bit different for what, like different printers. You'll know by messing around what your settings are. I print standard resolution. You can print higher or whatever. I don't mess around really with this. I don't need supports. I do need a raft, however, because rafts help it stick to the bed, and if I don't put a raft, then it makes spaghetti. So I have a raft turned on, and we're just going to go okay. So I'm going to save it to fursuit parts. Let's call it new eye, and this is the right eye, so we'll say R. We'll save. And you're going to see it in a slice. I'll tell you how long it's going to take, and you can actually see all the little layers in there. If you zoom in, you can see how the layers are going to look. You can see it there. So if you don't like that, you can of course print it higher resolution or sand it down once you're done. Alright, so you know, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's all saved. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror this. I'm going to go edit, mirror models, and we want to mirror it on the y-axis. So there you go. And now we have a left eye. Print. Same things as before. Okay, and new eye left. I'm saving this onto the USB. How you send to your printer again is up to you. But yeah, so save that. There's the other one about now. It's going to take us about an hour and 17 minutes to print it. So let's go downstairs and see what we do with our printer. Alright, so we've got Kevin the second. The first Kevin died. So this is Kevin the second. I still need to give him his googly eyes. Anyway, put the USB in the printer. We're going to turn him on. So we're going to go into USB stick. We have our fursuit parts, and what did I call it? New eye left. We're just going to build that. There we go. Now I can see. And as you can see, my printer will slowly heat up and eventually start the print. I like to keep an eye on it as it heats up to make sure that we don't have any gunky bits. So yes, let's watch that go. And we are done. This just came out of Kevin over there. He's done. I'm just going to remove the raft. Break that off. Comes off nice and easy. Comes off nice and easy, and there you have it. One peepery boy. And so that is how you 3D print your own fursuit eyes, from modeling to concept to printing, all of those things. All you got to do now is just stick it in your head, add your mesh, glue it in. Easy peasy. Hope you guys enjoyed this little quick tutorial. Hope it gave you a bit of a different way to make eyes if you do have a 3D printer. If not, check your libraries. Often libraries will have them. Have a look around. Anyway, I guess I'll see you guys this time next week. Don't forget to comment down below and subscribe for more tutorials. I respond to all comments within the first 2 hours of the video going public, so I'll see you there.